Oh my god, silver's up 10%. I'm all in. Welcome back. Plumber Stacker here. Let's talk about silver spot price. We're seeing a decent climb in silver, no doubt about it. No doubt about it whatsoever. Um, Lots of people out there talking about, is it FOMO time again? Should we run to the borders and grab whatever we can before it gets to everybody else? Or do you stand pat? Honestly, I haven't bought any recently, other than for my auctions. This is all stuff that's been in my stack for quite some time. This is all stuff that I'm underwater in. But again, as a stacker collector, more of a collector, it doesn't really bother me because it's going to sit in there for a long time and spot price is going to do its thing up and down. Don't worry, don't freak out. Keep to your strategy, keep dollar cost averaging. Whatever you do with your silver and gold stack, just keep to it. Don't freak out. This is, in my opinion, just somewhat of a readjustment in spot price. Q4 just started. So, a lot of contracts expired, new contracts are coming out. And again, spot prices, in my opinion. But I do see silver maybe going a little bit higher and then probably leveling off if not going back down. So don't go out there and buy it as much as you can. Make sure that you're doing your homework like always. I know a lot of my followers are seasoned now to the point so they understand that spot price is going to do its thing. It's going to go down, it's going to go up. Thank God it didn't keep going down because that was a little bit scary, to be honest with you. I thought it could get it, a couple dollars lower than where it was. Why it's going is a whole different story. There's so many variables right now in this time, in this world. We got a war in Ukraine. We got a railroad strike, which if I were any of you, I would definitely keep my eyes on that because that is one of the biggest things that could drive spot price up or down. I've read many articles lately about spot price and how it can be affected by the railroads because the railroads they move so much product for us throughout the United States. Miners are getting a little worried about it because how are they going to move their product? How are they going to get their products in to mine? So it could cause an artificial spike in spot price. Once that is over, you're going to see maybe a small shortage, but it's going to resume and everything's going to come back to normal as far as the miners go. Right now, there's a lot of investors that are in cash. There's a lot of cash sitting on the sidelines, which is why I believe spot price kept going down. And it was a great buying opportunity and it was below 20s. And in my opinion, which doesn't really hold much value, it should stay at 20 or above 20 from here on out for a while anyway, unless something happens. There's so many factors. Inflation's the dollar is so strong right now. It's the only currency where other countries are coming and buying, trying to get more of it. But the U.S. is using so much of it that it's hard to get, what's causing a bigger demand for that dollar. So the dollar is strong, and dollar strong means bad for silver and gold. Good buying opportunities for sure, but it's bad overall for silver and gold. Now, I'm not going to talk about that dollar and the obviously inflation as well, but just protect yourself. Make sure that you're doing the right thing out there. Make sure that you are buying moderately or however you always buy. Don't change your strategy just based on a couple dollar spike here. 10%, it is a good bump in any investment savings account, whatever you call your silver and gold. It's a very good bump, but I don't see this, oh, everybody run and grab your silver and hoard it and buy as much as you can. And it's just not, it's not right. Don't waste your money. Make sure you have cash. You have to have cash to live. No matter how you feel about the fiat dollar, it is what makes the world go round. And yes, there's going to be some kind of a correction. Okay, it has to correct because it just the way it goes. You can't continue to strengthen the way it is because if it continues to strengthen, all the other countries in the world are going to start really hurting. They're going to start feeling that inflation much more than we are. And inflation has kind of calmed down a bit. It's incrementally going up. So I am going to do a follow-up video on the railroad strike itself and what I feel that's going to do to the economy for one, and silver and gold for two. That could be a huge inflation driver right there. The railroad companies, they supply a tremendous amount of product throughout the United States from coast to coast, and they also, whatever we export as well. So that could, man, I mean, if you think back to the shipping issues that we are still having, the cargo ships, there's still some offshore waiting to be unloaded. They're still clogged up because everybody's buying stuff because of this, all that money that was out there. The railroads will have probably the same effect, if not a greater effect, than the shipping issues that we had. Because if you're not able to get the product, what happens? People need things, right? So the inflation is gonna, or the prices are gonna go up because the demand is gonna be so high and the supply is gonna be so low. So again, we're gonna get back into that vicious cycle that we were just in, and some say that we're slightly out of, but there's still a big issue with that as well. Just be smart. Make sure you are following world events. Make sure you're following that railroad strike as well, because that is a big thing, and I'm sure that they're going to work it out eventually. They have to save the economy from getting even worse. The Fed's going to keep raising rates until they feel that they have inflation under control, which to get it back to 2%, that is a huge task ahead of us. And with this railroad strike going on, it is going to get worse. And if it lasts much longer, like through Christmas and whatnot, that it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. And we get our food, we get our products, we get everything from the railroads. So be very frugal, I would say, with your money at this time. Make sure that you're buying silver and gold just the way you always do. It is a great place to park your money, in my opinion, even though we've seen a huge drop recently. From close to 30, now we're under 20, now we're going back above 21. Again, don't freak out. Buy as usual. So when you're buying numismatic stuff, which you guys are like, it's like the anti-stacker, but I am a stacker at heart. But the collector bug in me has definitely taken over. Like this year, I found it a great opportunity to buy certain coins that were so high before that I just couldn't do it. I couldn't pay that premium. So I'm definitely buying a few extra things that I've always wanted, like this gold buffalo here. I actually got this a while ago, but spot price went down, so I thought it was a good buying opportunity for something like that. Do what you feel is comfortable. Make sure you have cash in the bank. Don't freak out about silver and gold. It's always going to be there. It might be harder to get here and there in certain areas, but you can always find it if you look. That is my advice to you. Be safe out there. Take care of one another. See ya.
Thanks for watching the Plumber Stacker, where I show you my stack, but not my crack. Please like, share, and subscribe.